Hello, I'm Tim Kringle. Welcome to my shop. I live out here in rural Crocado, Minnesota, so we'll give you a quick little tour. A lot of the equipment you can see is Grizzly. Kind of bought that as funds allowed. Some of the stuff, this old Sears Roebuck Craftsman radio arm saw, used for mainly for a chop saw, but that was, my dad bought that back in mid-70s when he was building the house. We've got an old Craftsman lathe over in the corner. Don't use that much either. It's but that was my grandfather picked that up off an auction so many years ago. Probably there again back in the mid to late 70s. So I don't know how old that is. We've got 20-inch planer, we've got 8-inch jointer, we got a 24-inch sander, we got the shaper, a nice table saw, and over in the far corner I got a CNC router I built 3-4 years ago. Does a nice job of cutting out parts. Okay, so the guys are asking me, when did I start woodworking? It's actually got started back in middle school, in high school. Did some shop classes then. And then it was several years until we built the house, and then we built this house about 20 years ago, and we designed a space for this nice shop that we have, and started buying equipment as the overtime money would allow us. We ended up, like I say, with the big equipment down there. We got a 1.5-horse shaper here, nice 10-inch cabinet saw. The wife's got a scroll saw. She's part of the scroller group in the cities there. And then in the corner is the CNC router that I built. Bought some motors and bought the components and wired it up and started using that to make some either some odd shaped parts or to engrave on boards. I kind of like to design and build my own furniture. Hopefully we'll get a chance to go out through the house and show you a couple of pieces we've made over the years. A lot of times when it comes time to building a piece of furniture, we'll head to a furniture store, walk around and look at different concepts that are on the show floor there, and then we'll come home and I'll draw up the pieces and build it. Over the years I've built for our baptism kids, we built faith chests to give to the church, to the kids that were baptized. That was a big thing we did. We've done over 150 of those. I had some guys come in and help with that. Not sure, we've got a workbench over there that goes up and down. It's a motorized workbench. Okay, so this workbench, I built the top, but the base of it was a light table from a previous employer that I picked up off a company auction, and I've actually got the ability to raise it or lower it, which really makes it nice when you're working on different height equipment. So that has been very good. Even this old glue table, when I was in tech school, they were throwing that out, so I brought that home. It works great for, not having to keep it clean and whatever. My cutoffs, I use rolling garbage cans or whatever, so when I go to cutoffs get too bad, I'll just take it out and to the fire pit. They're asking me what would I do different. Probably on the equipment. Do different on the equipment would be, instead of using the straight blades, I'd probably go to the spiral heads on the planer and the router. About the only piece of equipment that I don't have in here anymore that I did have is I had a side open sander from Grizzly, and you know, it was an 18-inch. It was supposed to be able to do 36-inch with this side open, but that proved to be underpowered, and that's why I went with the new double-headed sander here. One of the things I've done with the equipment is I put on digital readouts so that I can tune in and not take off too much of a cut. I can watch and take off 8 or 10 thousandths and not overcrowd my machines and burn the sandpaper. That has been a great help in both the planer and the sander, just to have those digital readouts on there. Would do that, you know, on anything that I bought again. So the vacuum system, it's got a 2-horse vacuum system using 6-inch PVC pipe and branching off, and it seems to work quite nice that way. It's amazing how much sawdust you can pack in a bag versus just letting it fly on the floor. So my wood racks and my shelving was some racking that previous employers were throwing out. So brought it home, cleaned it up, painted them up, and that has been a godsend. Same with my carts I got here. Those were being tossed out. So you know, you don't always have to buy everything, but I did buy the equipment, the green equipment, all new, just so it wanted some good heavy cast iron technology that would square up and keep it square and run with be able to square up a board nicely. So. I'm just going to turn this on and get it set, the height set. So now we're going to run it. So one of the projects I did was the headboard and nightstands, and as you can see the trees on the panels on the headboard, that's what the CNC allowed me to do, is to do some nice etchings on the boards there. And as complicated as those branches look, that's all one single line that goes all the way around that tree. The sideboard that I built was one of my latest projects I did, and it's one of the few projects that I actually bought a plan for, but probably only followed 95% of it. The slats on the end of the board there that are mortised and tendoned in, I'm able to take make the mortises on the CNC by standing the boards up on edge, and then I can cut the mortises in. It makes for a very nice, neat, well-spaced, very consistent mortise. A lot easier than doing it on the drill press. So I like that. And then we can just kind of got some nice. It turned out very nice that way, and it worked out well. Nice even spacings and that. So, but yeah, that's.